The most watched, the most trusted. Eyewitness News, everywhere you are. Time now for your forecast first on Eyewitness News, ABC 25.
Well, clouds are thickening up tonight. We'll stay dry for most of it, though, and have a chilly low of 41. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Scattered showers are possible. Best chances south of the Ohio River. Otherwise, much cooler tomorrow, with highs only getting up to about 50 degrees. And I'll have a detailed look at the timing of those rain chances next here on Eyewitness News at 10.
At this hour, first responders on the scene in Vanderburgh County at this hour after a big rig crashes between two homes.
A second coronavirus death in Hopkins County, Kentucky, and the number of tri-state cases reaches triple digits.
And the cleanup continues after two tornadoes slammed into the tri-state on Saturday night.
Live from the ABC 25 studio, this is Eyewitness News at 10.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Shelley Kirk.
Hello, I'm Brad Bird. We begin tonight with developing news out on the southeast side of Vanderburgh County, where a semi-truck has hit two houses. Eyewitness News' Grace Haba is live there and has the latest. Grace, what can you tell us so far?
Brad, this situation is definitely still developing. Now, I'm just going to get out of the frame right now and give you guys a look at what is going on behind me. As you can see, a semi-truck that was traveling on I-69 veered off the roadway, hurtling down a hill and crashing in between two homes. Now, we're told that the family who lives in the home to the left is absolutely okay, as well as the drivers and those who live next door. And the semi-truck actually crashed into the bedroom of a woman. I spoke with her just a few minutes ago, and she told me that she was in her room and had just stepped out into the living room moments before this semi-truck came through. Now, if we look over here to the home on the right side, this gentleman tells me that he was sitting on the back left of his home as well in a sunroom made of glass, and he looked over and saw headlights coming directly at him, and he ran to the other side of the home as the truck actually crashed into his home as well. Now, only minor injuries were reported, which is absolutely astounding considering what we are looking at here right now. Again, the situation is still developing, but the neighbor I spoke with who lives in this home right over here tells me this isn't actually the first time a situation like this has happened here in this neighborhood. About 8 years ago, a car veered off the roadway just like the semi-truck did and took out the backyard of his fence, and he said that he's asked the city and NDOT multiple times to address the situation, and they have not done anything. So we will see moving forward if anything is done here to hopefully prevent another situation like this from unfolding in the future. Of course, as we get more information, we will continue to update you both on air and online. For now, reporting live in Vanderburgh County, Grace Haba, back to you.
Hey, and Grace, if you can hear us, I want to ask you a quick question. Give us a better idea as to, I believe, where that house is. The highway, I-69, is behind it. And we saw a few lights up higher behind the houses. Kind of give us an idea of where the highway is and how that would have come down that ramp or come down the hill.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm not sure if you are going to be able to see anybody coming down right behind me right now, but there is another tow truck still on the highway. It sits just behind this house, and there is a short hill after a barricade coming down into these homes. So again, that is what these homeowners have been asking NDOT in the city to reinforce, is that barricade between the highway and their homes, because these cars are traveling at 60, 70 miles an hour coming down here, and it is not what they want to have happen. So the highway is very, very close here, Shelley, and there is not much protecting them from accidents like this occurring.
Yes, and Grace, they literally, the driver threaded the needle, so to speak, to get between those homes. And if you look at that neighborhood via satellite image, Pendleton Avenue runs parallel with I-69, so that was an unusual maneuver. Any of the family members outside right now? Have you been able to talk to any of them other than the lady who got out of the way in the nick of time?
Yes, I've spoken to family members from both homes. They were all okay. They're very, very thankful that this situation did not unfold differently. They said it was just a matter of a few feet for them, and it could have been a very different outcome here. And again, the drivers, were told that there were two individuals at the time in the semi-truck. Both of them appear to be all right as well. So both of the families on either side say they're okay. Their animals are fine as well.
A frightening moment, but a lot to be thankful for. Big thank you to Grace Haba there on the scene of a semi-truck in between two houses.
Right, and that truck based in Cunningham, Kentucky, and western Kentucky. Well, in other news that we are following, of course, the tri-state area now has its second death, another person from Hopkins County, and we now have more than 100 cases in our area of coronavirus. Here are the latest numbers. Hopkins County is now reporting 17, including 2 deaths. Muhlenberg County now has 9, but no new cases in Davis County today. There are close to 480 cases across Kentucky with 11 deaths. The Indiana State Department of Health is now reporting more than 1,700 cases across the state with 35 deaths. Vanderbilt County currently has the most at 17. Still, no confirmed cases in our 4 southeastern Illinois counties, but 1 case is confirmed in Saline County, which is west of White County. Illinois is now reporting more than 5,000 cases statewide, with the death toll now at 72.
And as we mentioned, the Hopkins County Health Department announced today a second person has died from COVID-19. We're told the person was an adult with other underlying health issues. No other details were released.
Today, Governor Andy Beshear ordered Kentuckians not to travel to other states, but there are a few exceptions. The governor says you can travel out of state for your job, to get groceries, for example, or to care for a loved one. You can also travel if you have a court case. Beshear says if anyone from Kentucky travels on spring break or takes a trip out of state, they'll have to self-quarantine for 14 days once they come home.
I believe that you out there are doing well. I mean, we need to do better. We have to do better. I mean, the lives and health of our people depend on it, but you are working really hard at it.
Well, the order goes into effect immediately.
Well, the Evansville City Council cuts $2.8 million from the budget. Officials say a loss in revenue has hit the city due to the coronavirus. One of the biggest losses comes from the Mets bus service, as ridership is down significantly. The city is also making cuts to the Evansville Fire Department due to what officials say was a data entry error. Other cuts came from funds for EPD and EFD equipment, which were under projected costs. The city also says it's postponing painting a section of Mesker Park Zoo, which will save Evansville additional funds.
DEACONESS Health has added a second location for respiratory care. It's at Lynch Road, near the Green River Road intersection. Patients with COVID-19 symptoms must make an appointment online. When they arrive, they'll be given a mask and taken directly to an exam room. These respiratory clinics are open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week.
As coronavirus cases continues to soar across the nation, health professionals tout new tools to combat the spread. Experts say more testing, rapid results, and sterilization of masks will help as the president extends social distancing guidelines for the month of April. Nadia Romero reports.
Over 1 million Americans have now been tested.
It's a grim milestone in the fight against the spread of the coronavirus. Illinois-based Abbott Testing plans to roll out 50,000 tests each day starting this week, showing results in less than 15 minutes. Trump administration officials say it's a new weapon in the battle against COVID-19.
Just like tests for flu or strep, where you go to the doctors, you get the test done, you can get an answer within minutes of having this test done.
Nurses and doctors on the front line of the war against the virus are falling victim to it.
We have about 41 people in our hospital who have tested positive for the coronavirus.
Because they say they don't have enough protective gear.
We know how this is transmitted. We know that this is incredibly contagious, and we're seeing it. We're being exposed over and over again.
Companies like this one in Alaska are making face masks and other equipment to feed the need. And now the FDA says it has a plan: sterilization machines.
Each machine can disinfect 120,000 masks per day. It'll be just like a new one. It can go up to about 20 times for each mask. so each mask can go through this process 20 times.
The nation's top infectious diseases expert says ultimately the weapon most needed to defeat the coronavirus may be a vaccine that's already in the works.
We have a vaccine that's on track and multiple other candidates.
In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
And Nightline, right after this newscast, will have the latest on COVID-19. Now to the latest on Saturday night's tornadoes. The town of Newburgh remains under a state of emergency. Crews continued to clean up the damage today left behind by an EF2 tornado. Some roofs were blown off houses and windows were broken. Power lines were tangled in trees. But only minor injuries were reported from the storm. Tonight, neighbors are helping neighbors recover.
But I think, you know, the whole town is grateful for how everyone shows up and is offering to help and getting things done. The workers, the electricians, etc., all the power company people that are working.
The work is far from over for some people, but they say the help keeps coming. Due to the storm damage and the coronavirus, Newburgh officials have closed the Rivertown Trail and all other town-owned parks until further notice. All building permit fees will be waived for those who suffered damage from the storm. Also, advanced disposal will be taking tree limbs. They must be 3 inches in diameter or less, not be more than 4 feet, and not weigh more than 30 pounds.
Well, the cleanup continues across the river in Henderson County as well, where workers found feathered victims of the tornado. People from in and outside the county arrived to help remove tree limbs and other debris. An EF2 tornado caused damage along a 17-mile path Saturday night. Now, one homeowner even found 2 baby great horned owls in his front yard right there that's been nesting in a tree that was damaged during these storms.
It's pretty crazy. Lucky that we found them, you know, because we were basically moving everything with tractors and grapples and everything. So, I mean, it was just lucky that we even saw that they were there.
Members of the Nurture to Nature Wildlife Rehabilitation Center built a new nest and will watch to see if the owl's parents returns.
Coming up, COVID-19, some Sunday services in parts of the country went on as normal despite stay-at-home orders. Now the pastor is arrested.
And meteorologist Stacey May joins us again. Going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow than today.
Yeah, quite a bit cooler tomorrow, but then we are going to warm back up pretty quickly after that. So just kind of hang in there through tomorrow, then better weather comes back. And the past 2 days have been really nice. Look at the numbers for your Monday. Very seasonable. 43 our low, 64 our high. We'll talk about the cooler shot of air coming tomorrow, along with some rain chances coming up in your forecast next on Eyewitness News at 10.